Don't X out of this video right away. Please stick around and watch because I think this is an important message that should be heard by everyone. Hello everyone! If you don't know me, I'm Sarah. I make slightly amusing videos about my lonely and awkward life. For this video, I wanted to get a little more serious. But don't worry, it'll be the same old hilarious content you know and love. As you may or may not know, I moved to California roughly 3 months ago. That sounds like plenty of time to adjust and make connections. You don't know me. See, I am horrendous in social situations, and making friends is never something I've been even remotely good at. I've learned a lot about myself and about interacting with others in these past few months. When I first got here, I looked up infinite how-tos and videos about how to make friends. You know what they say? Be yourself! Every single one. And you want to know the truth? Being yourself comes later. I'm here to deliver some brutally honest advice on what it's actually like making friends. Side note number 1! Even if you already have plenty of friends and you're just the king of everything social, I recommend you stick around for this video too. I think it could help even you. Side note number 2! Yes, I am nearly a 14-year-old child. And I am right in the middle of this hellish whirlwind which is high school. I personally think I have better advice than adults who've been through this stuff like, what, 20 years ago? So, with no further ado, I present to you how to make friends. Step number 1. Whether you're new to a place or you just want to expand your friendship horizons, the first step is to just meet someone. Anyone at all. This is especially important if you're in a situation where you don't know anybody. Then, cling to the person like Velcro! Hint! This person is not necessarily gonna appreciate this. If you don't feel comfortable doing this, it's okay to spend some time alone. I know I certainly did. What's most important is that you make those initial connections, because that allows you to move on to the next step. Step number 2. Meet the friends of your new friend. Hint. It's okay to blatantly beg for this. If you're new somewhere, just say, hey, I'm new and I don't know anyone. You should introduce me to some people. And if you're not new, you can just say, hey, you seem like you'd hang out with cool people. You should introduce me to some of your crowd because that would be really cool. And yeah, super cool. Make connections with new people that, if you're lucky, you'll have something in common with. That is the key to finding people that you enjoy. Hint! It's okay to be a bit of a chameleon at this point. Look, I'm just being honest. Just trying to get along with some people and give a good first impression. But it's fine to play up interests you have in common and leave your weird obsessions in the background. It's important to make those initial connections because then you can meet the friends of friends and the siblings of friends and the friends of siblings of friends and the siblings of friends of friends of siblings of friends and so on. You get the idea. Eventually, you're bound to meet some people that you get along with. Step number 3. Do stuff! If you're a singer, join an a cappella group. If you're an athlete, join a sports team. So cliche, I'm actually going to vomit. Honestly though, getting involved in stuff is the best way to meet people that share the same interests as you. Even if staying at home on your laptop is a lot more fun and a lot less stressful. Step number 4. Put yourself out there. Obviously it's easier and less terrifying to just stay in your little bubble of uncomfortableness instead of actually talking to people. But just build up some guts and strike up a chat. Conversation topics I've used include complaining about homework, complaining about teachers, complaining about school, and talking about how tired I am all the time. Giving a compliment is a great way to start a chat. Having insane rainbow hair is a great way to get compliments. And it gives me an opportunity to talk about how many times I've bleached my hair and how wrecked it is. Also, if some acquaintances or semi-friends are talking about an event that sounds interesting, invite yourself. Back where I used to live, I got close with my 3 best friends by inviting myself to their game night. Chances are they'll be fine having one more person. And if not, no harm done. Step number 5. Stick with a friend group. Find a good old gaggle of hooligans who you enjoy and feel comfortable around. Even having just 1 or 2 friends that you feel comfortable around is plenty. But this doesn't mean that you need to limit your horizons. It's okay to have multiple friend groups. You might have to go through the friend-making process several times before you find a friend group that really suits you. Don't just stick with a group because they tolerate you and you're tired of having to meet new people. Which brings me to my final step. Step number 6. Patience, young grasshopper. It takes a long time to make friends. A few weeks ago, I was actually really sad because Ron was the first person Harry ever met from Hogwarts. They were instantly best friends and stayed that way for the next 7 years. I thought, if it was so easy for Harry, why is it so insanely difficult for me? I also felt this way about several new kids who had just jumped into friend groups without any trouble. I, meanwhile, was struggling to find people that actually wanted me around. Making friends isn't an easy or quick process, but I think I've finally found a really good friend group. So don't give up. Well, I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. I've got some really good ideas for future videos that you will not want to miss. Well, thank you so much for watching. Bye!
And now it's time for the montage of awkwardness. Whoa!
Yes, I know my hair is greasy. Don't judge me. If that sounds like plenty of... This is the key. I'll stop, I'm sorry. This is the key. I forgot why. Obviously, it's easier and less terrifying to just stay in your little bubble of uncomfortableness. Also, if some acquaintances or semi-friends are talking about in a... Why can't I say this line? Also, if some friends... And they said yeah. And they said sure. And they said yes. I'm not even... whatever. Find a good old gaggle of geese that you feel comfortable with and enjoy. Gaggle of geese? Who am I, your grandpa? Is my camera lens twirling? No, it's not. You might have to go through the friend-making process several times before you find a friend group. Patience, young grasshopper. I don't even know what that's referencing. I don't know what voice to do.